What's up, everybody? Arrg the Pirate here, and today I'm going to be playing a little Rampage in the jungle. As always, let's go over the deck. Now I have Jungle Assassin, Mana Generator, Jungle Lifesteal, Mana Reactor, Damage Return, and lastly, Improve Health Regen for my gems. Now for my cards, I have Cull the Weak, Exoskeleton, Flame of Zetchin, Green Spring, Growth Totem, Guard Piercer, Veil Stepper, Vital Waters, Thunder Cleaver, Numbing Rogue, Unbroken Spirit, and lastly Vampiric Blade. Now Rampage has always been one of those heroes that I've just never really picked up. You know, he's absolutely amazing, guys. He's has one of the best stuns in the game. You know, it has that cleave, it does a ton of damage. You know, I think the jump changed things, and you know, even since his rework whenever he got King of the Jungle, I just have not really played him. I've probably played 2 or 3 matches with him. I constantly forget that King of the Jungle is not only a passive, but it's an active as well, and I forget to use it all the time. And you know, it's been a while since I played Rampage, so I was like, you know, I need to make a Rampage video. And guys, I'm definitely not the best Rampage out there in this match. You'll definitely see I miss a ton of rocks, man. It feels bad. I hit a couple though, so. But Rampage, you know, he's got just such great sustain. He is such a great frontliner because, you know, whenever he does use his enrage, he's so hard to shoot around, and you know, your team can just tee off on everybody and you're just this huge distraction. It's always nice feeling like a tank when you're supposed to be a tank, and you know, you can build Rampage full damage and actually find pretty good success with it. But you know, I like being a tank. Now we do get a couple of early game deaths over here on our duo side, and I head over there, you know, Grim, dodge that rock, you know, feels bad, man. But we're going to wrap this kill up. You know, I've got green buff. Even if he turns and shoots me, we're going to take him out. And, you know, I was thinking about maybe going in on Faye, but hey, no problem. I'm going to let her just kind of waste some mana on me, wait for my team to, you know, spawn back in, rotate over, and hopefully we can get this situated. You know, it is unfortunate that we've had those early game deaths, but again, guys, our ADC is pushing this lane. You can see they're already pushed, and you know, that's painful. That is definitely hurtful. So, you know, there is a little bit of salt in this match, but hey, no problem. I miss another rock because, you know, God, I'm so bad. But hey, no problem. We wanted to chase him off. That's really it. You know, this is going to free Gadget up to get that river buff. And we're just kind of, you know, looking around, seeing if we can make something happen. Gadget did pick up purple, so, you know, maybe we can actually do something with that. We go in on this Gideon a little bit, but, hey, we're not able to do a whole lot there. But that's okay. You know, we can force him out of lane, and, you know, hey, we might even get a kill. I really want to help push this lane into the tower so it can get reset for Gadget. Their Wukong shows up, who is their jungler, which, one thing about this match, guys, is 4 of their teammates are Smurf as their name, you know, Smurf, Cabbage, or, you know, so I thought that was really funny. You know, they're clearly in a 4 stack, which I am solo queue this game, so, you know, we are lacking a little bit of communication, but that's quite alright. You know, you do have to deal with going against 4 or 5 stacks being in a solo queue every once in a while, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, we do get a little bit of damage on this tower, but I'm going to go ahead and back. You can see Shimby actually rotated over, so I'm going to hang out, wait for our Gadget to get out. You know, I just made sure she was able to get out. I'm going to head over to our duo lane. You know, unfortunately, we've had a couple more deaths in our duo lane. You know, that feels bad, man. So I'm going to head over there. You know, their Grim is pretty low, so if I could hit him with a rock, you know, might end him, but he does have his shield, which, you know, of course he shields it. The one rock I actually do land, you know, it gets taken away, but no problem at all. You know, I need to be careful. Faye is here, but she's out of mana, so I'm not too terribly concerned about her at the moment. And you can see I'm not really wanting to push this lane. I want this lane to kind of sit where it is. That way my ADC can farm. Now I am going to go ahead and take care of the gold buff, you know. Hey, I've been rotating a lot. I'm getting low on farm, you know, or slow farm. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that. Now, their Fae is here, you know, so we might be able to have some rotation from our ADC, but it looks like they're staying in their lane, so I'm just going to back off of that. You know, I don't want to risk dealing with that. And, you know, hey, no problem at all. Faye is low, though, so she might have to back, and this might give my team a little bit of an advantage if, you know, she actually does back. Now, from here, I'm just going to wrap up a couple of minions in the jungle. I'm going to go ahead and get my green buff. You know, I have not backed yet, so I'm a little low on cards, but that's quite all right. I'm going to head to mid. You know, their Gideon is being a little aggressive. You know, I do have my golden rule that I like to tell people is, don't cross a river for the first 10 minutes, which, you know, I do that every once in a while. But, you know, hey, it's no problem at all. When he crosses that river, you know, he puts himself in danger, and that just makes it easier to get that kill. So, you know, if he continues, hey, we can punish him for it later. Now, I did get enough points to actually go ahead back, throw on Green Spring, and throw on Flame, which Flame is way more viable now since there is Fangtooth. But, you know, I still find myself getting rid of it quickly, especially with Rampage, where, you know, I do like having those two cards instead of just, you know, being limited to one. And when you have Flame, you know, yeah, it sometimes does limit you, especially if you want to go for something like Growth. But, you know, no problem. You see that gadget bouncing on my head right there. So we're able to take out Gideon. You know, their Wukong was in the jungle, but he didn't come challenge us, which is great. You know, and you can see, guys, we're less than 7 minutes in. He crossed that river. We're able to punish him for it. Now, our safe lane has had quite a bit of trouble this match. And, you know, I haven't been able to show up to our solo lane at all, which is unfortunate. Again, I miss another rock. You know, I don't have my little slow yet. I didn't realize. I'm level 7 and haven't even picked it up yet. I eventually, you know, I get it right then. We're able to wrap that Grim up. You know, I'm not exactly sure what he was doing there. That was a bad call on his part. You know, I go ahead and tell Rev, you know, man, you really got to quit challenging these things. And, you know, he's really putting himself into bad situations where, you know, he could avoid things. But by pushing that lane, by, you know, going and challenging solo, things like that, you know, it's causing a bit of an issue. You know, it's... you know, sometimes you try to give helpful advice and people just get saltier. So, you know, it is unfortunate, but, you know, what can you do? Now, I was going to try to actually take out some minions, but, you know, hey, it's not working. You know, they got that tower, no problem. We'll try our best to get this lane pushing the right way. You know, it feels bad. We lost a T1 in mid at 9 minutes in, and, you know, we're not doing very well on this, you know, tower game, but hopefully we can, you know, head over, make something happen. Sure enough, you know, we go in onto this Gideon with this huge team collapse we have here, and we're able to take him out. This, you know, Wukong shows up, and man, he just showed up at a bad time. We're able to all collapse on him, and we take him out as well. You know, their Grim kind of comes in staggered, you know, with such a mass rotation here. You know, my team's going to be able to handle that. I decide, you know, hey, I'm just going to stay in on the tower instead of actually dealing with that Grim. You know, my team should be able to handle him. Sure enough, you know, team takes him out, and we're going to actually push into this T2. Which, you know, this is a big play, guys. We've got quite a bit of damage on the enemy team. You know, we were able to take 3 of them out, take that T1 out, and, you know, we get a little bit of damage on that, in, you know, that mid tower. But, you know, you can see when teams come in staggered like that, it's very painful. So try not to come in staggered. It's best just to collect yourself, you know, kind of reset, and then go defend another lane. Now, I try to head over to the Shippy. I've got no mana, guys. I have 0 mana. There's not a whole lot I'm going to be able to do. Wukong shows up, and, you know, he does a great job of getting us, you know, having us leave. You know, that stun that he has. Guys, please tell me why Wukong got a stun. But anyways, you know, he does a great job there. And, you know, from here, I'm just going to go head back. I grab my black buff, and we'll kind of continue this roll. Now, after I pick up my black buff, I'm going to go ahead and back, and this is going to allow me to put on Veil Stepper. Now, I love Veil Stepper, guys. I've always really enjoyed this card. I just don't really use it all that much, but, you know, having it on Rampage is always nice. You can pick up your Rock while invis, which is great. Now, if you see here, Faye is following me. And instead of turning and engaging in the jungle on her, because I know my team's not going to be able to really help, you know, I'm just going to run. I'm not going to turn and engage. I have a huge advantage in the jungle, but there's no point in getting into a fight there when, you know, our tower's being pushed. You know, we have the amount of presence that we do in mid lane. There's no reason for that. Now, their Grim is over here, you know, with this steal, and I'm going to head that way. Maybe we can make something happen. Sure enough, you know, I go ahead and throw Rock onto that Grim. You know, Grim might get out, but that's no problem. They do a great job of, you know, you can see this team, they're working well together, but unfortunately, you know, well, I'm Rampage, baby, and we're in my home. You know, I'm gonna get some help back, and sure enough, we're able to take out Grim. We punish that Gideon, and we're gonna chase down this Wukong a little bit. Hopefully, we can get him. Now, Quang lands an amazing tether. You know, that was an amazing tether. And, you know, he's able to wrap up that Quang kill. And from here, it's time to get the Raptor, guys. You know, we've got 4 of them down. There's no better time to get Raptor than right now. We didn't have the team collapse that I would have liked to have had. And that is unfortunate. But, you know, is what it is. Now, Shimby does head in. And you see, me and Quang, we instantly leave. We instantly peel off of Fang to deal with her. Because we don't want to risk her taking Fang at all. And sure enough, you know, that's what we do. Steel is here, and Steel's able to zone people out, which is great. But, you know, they've got quite a bit of presence, so we need to head over. I'm going to go ahead, use my ultimate. We're able to just erase that Faye. I mean, didn't last a second. And from here, you know, we're just going to keep on pushing this team fight. Able to get a great stun onto this Grim. Sure enough, take him out. And guess what, guys? Let's go back for Fang. You know? So, we've got a couple of kills. You know, it's taken us a while to get this Fang because they're coming in staggered. But you can see the problem with teams coming in staggered like that. All it's going to do is get you killed, basically. So it's always best to, you know, collect yourself. If you lose Fang, it's really not that big of a deal, guys. But don't sacrifice yourself for it because, you know, you see what happens. Now, after we get Fang, you know, we kind of go ahead and head back to mid, and we're really just scaring people. We're not doing a whole lot. But our gadget does get caught out a little bit. I'm going to head over to her, try to help out. You know, there's quite a big collapse right here. You know, I should have gotten out. You know, that I definitely should have gotten out. And with Gideon here, you know, he's able to use that ultimate. And man, this hurts. You know, this was my fault. I definitely shouldn't have engaged on that. I should have just helped that gadget get out. You know, I didn't see there was that massive rotation until it was kind of too late. And, you know, I'm already in my Hulk form. And I'm making it happen. You know, yeah, it is unfortunate, but is what it is, guys. We get our first death. Luckily, I was the only one to die there. You know, I did go down, but we did save Gadget. And, you know, hey, saving someone, you know, it's not technically my job, but it feels good. We do put on Numbing Rogue, which I love Numbing Rogue. You know, I'm getting to be more of a tank. You know, got my Veil Stepper, gets pretty good sustain, a little bit of power, but Numbing Rogue, guys, Numbing Rogue's such a fun card. And, you know, it's pure tank card now, which feels amazing. And since they have a little bit of an ability team, you know, it's not a bad card to throw on. Now, there is another engagement happening over towards that Fang Pit. You know, this Faye is kind of coming in. And, hey, you know, let's leave that. There's no reason to engage on that. You know, she's clearly baiting us. Unfortunately, Revenant went in, and Faye just melts him, guys. You know, I'm not exactly sure why he went in on that. You know, that was a clear bait. And, unfortunately, you know, he does go down there. You know, I used my ultimate. I zoned them out. You know, it definitely didn't happen the way I wanted to. This is the part where Rev gets really salty about this, guys. And, that was a bad engagement. Especially running in there without having any type of support. He ulted Faye, which, there's nothing I can really do at that point anyways, and Faye just melted him, so, I mean, hey, that's on you, bud. I'm sorry you died there, yeah, that was a bad choice. And, I hope you seeing it from my perspective, you can see, hey, that really wasn't the best option, but is what it is, guys. Sometimes you deal with salty members, and, you can try to be civil. I eventually just have to mute people because, it's not nice seeing that kind of stuff in a video anyways. Now, from here, we're going to go ahead and get our lanes set and pushing in the right direction. One thing about, being salty and just talking, you stop to talk, and then other people stop to talk, and it just makes for bad plays, everything like that. And it sucks, it hurts, and it's just not enjoyable. Try not to participate in stuff like that. It makes you play bad. It just makes everything worse. But you can see, hey, I'm talking to the guy. It is what it is, guys. I would highly recommend just going in and muting people when they're being salty, which is what I end up doing here in a little bit. But, when you're in the middle of the match, you don't think, hey, I should just mute people. You kind of want to say, dude, what's your problem? But, it's what it is, guys. And really, there's no need to be salty. Paragon's a game. Hey, bad things happen sometimes. You can't win every game. Like, I guarantee you I've lost more games than most people have played. And, it is what it is, guys. You can't win them all, and no problem. Now, I'm here in mid, and I can see my team is rotating to mid, so I'm going to stay in on this fight. I'm going to stay here. We're going to stay in this engagement. Sure enough, everybody shows up, and you see we're just melting people, guys. We're able to just stun that Gideon to death. There's Shimby. She hits me with her ult, and it hurts, but hey, no problem. We've got a couple of kills already. We're able to take down this T1 or T2 in mid, and we're going to go ahead and just push the inhib. Now, I did get my ultimate, so I'm able to throw that rock onto Grim, which I wanted to wait till I got a little bit more health before I just started diving for him. We're able to take out Grim as well, and, I'm going ahead and taking a little bit of these tower hits, but that's okay. I'm back to full health after that ultimate. Now, I used my rock to really just help clear minions so I could get our minions in here and we can really focus this T2. And, hey, that works, guys. You can use that rock. It does have cleave, so you can hit an entire wave with it. And, that really helps you push a lane if that's what you need to do. Now, once you're down an inhib, guys, there's no reason to stick around. And this might have been a decent time to go for Prime, but with their team, their team has made some really good rotations, and our team hasn't made the best rotations until, later in the game. So I didn't want to risk Prime, but you can see the enemy team is going in on Fang. Hey, let's head over there. Let's get some work done. Sure enough, we're able to start this engagement off. I go ahead and throw my ult on while my team ends up rotating over. We need to take out Shimby. Shimby is an absolute issue. Sure enough, we take her out. We're able to follow that up with a Gideon and that Faye. Everybody's getting taken out. I'm going to, throw a rock, which, I think I've only landed one rock this match, guys. So, oh, God, I'm so bad. But, hey, let's get Fang. We got 3 of them down. They've already softened Fang up for us. Let's go ahead and take Fang. Our T2 is being pushed, but, honestly, I think taking Fang is a pretty good call at this point. And since you can see those minion waves are stacking up, Steel's heading over there. I'm not too concerned about T2 at this moment. I want to get Fang. This is going to really help us out. Now, after we do secure Fang, there's a little bit of the runaround game. We're just kind of looking for things to do. I wait around for this river buff, and hey, it's purple buff. That's where I go ahead and mute everybody too, because the conversation was devolving. But again, I've got purple buff. I'm just kind of looking for a kill. I go ahead and go in on Gideon. Now my team shows up. We take him out. We just delete him. That Quang is on spot with his roots, guys, and nothing better than Quang getting those roots. That's a very long CC, And, you know, hey, is what it is. Now, Grim is just giving up at this point, and you can see they end up surrendering, which, again, guys, you know, I think I'm just going to have to start posting surrender videos. But this was a really good match. You know, I'm not the best Rampage, but we had an absolute blast. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this Rampage video, guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed, and if you did, show me some love. Leave me a comment, think about subscribing, join our Discord if you haven't done it. I'd love to see y'all in there. And, as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.